Hi there, I'm Lee and welcome to iMineBlocks. In this video, I'll be sharing with you a few commands with the Bitcoin Lightning node. So I'll show you how to connect to peers, how to open payment channels, and also how to send payments. So this is most applicable if you have a Bitcoin LND Lightning node or if you've recently set up a Raspiblitz or Raspberry Bolt Lightning node. So recently, I found myself in a bit of a situation, so I built my own Raspiblitz node. I'll share a picture of it here. And the guide was actually really good. Built the device and had no major problems with the build, a little bit of issues with the software. But at the end of the guide, I kind of felt like I was kind of like left hanging. I didn't really know what to do in terms of continuing on and getting started with the Lightning Network. So I did a lot of looking. And I found this API reference guide, which is actually really good. It shows you a lot of the commands with the Bitcoin Lightning node, but it wasn't very good in terms of explaining exactly what each command does, or there wasn't any good examples and stuff. So that's why I'm creating this video. So the purpose of this video is that we are going to connect to a peer, we're going to open a payment channel, and we are going to send a payment to satoshis.place. So to get started, we need to open up our connection. So I'm going to SSH into our Raspiblitz node. So we enter our password and just log in like you normally would. So if you're using the Raspiblitz, you might have an intro screen like this. So what you want to do is just go all the way down to the bottom and just go to the console or terminal, where you can Control and C and just exit out. So from our main command line, we can obviously issue commands and get started. So the first thing that we're going to do is connect to a peer. So to do this, we use the LNCLI connect command, which is this command here, and then we connect to our peer. So to find peers, I'll show you how to do that. There's a couple of good ways. So you can use this Raspiblitz. So this is kind of like a mapped version of the Bitcoin Lightning Network. So all these little names are individual peers or nodes. So you can connect to any one of those on there. But just to show you, you can also do a search. So in the top left-hand corner, you can search. So in this case, satoshis.place, if we select that. And in the bottom left-hand corner, you can see it's got the public key, the alias, and the URI. So if you copy the entire URI, that includes the public key, but it also includes an IP address. So that's where you get the details from. There's also another good site as well called 1ML. So you can see popular Bitcoin Lightning nodes, ones that have increased capacity, small nodes, new nodes, etc. So that's how you sort of find them. But like I say, we're going to be connecting to satoshis.place in this example. So we copy the URI and going back to our notepad, we've already got the address details in there, so we just paste that in there. So now we've got a complete line. So now we're going to use this command, which will connect to the peer. So going back to the terminal, and we just paste that in there, and we'll press enter. So in this particular instance, I'm already connected to the peer. For you guys, what you will see, so I'll just show you on the notepad. If you've got a good connection, you'll either get an error or it will connect normally. So if it connects normally, what will show you in the terminal, it will be like an open bracket, there'll be a line, and then there'll be like a close bracket like that. So that's like when you've normally connected to the peer. So once you're connected to the peer, the next part is to open a payment channel. So that's done with the LNCLI space open channel command. So then in this instance, we have the same public key, but we don't need the IP address or the port in this instance. Then we have a space, and then we've got 20,000 and then a space and 0. So 20,000 is in satoshis, so that is the minimum required amount to set up a new payment channel. When you connect to some channels, they might ask you to put more, and effectively that amount is it's a bit like an escrow deposit. So you won't get that back until the payment channel is closed. So the next part is this 0. So it can either be 0 for most default normal payment channel openings, or it can be another number. So just to explain what that's there for. So when you open up a payment channel, it's from you A to person B or node B. So it's like a one-way, a one-directional channel effectively. So your payment channels come from you and they go to B. Now, payment channels can be bidirectional, but in this instance, if you use 0, payments cannot come back to you. They cannot be transacted in a reverse fashion. So that's not a refund. That is just like from a B to an A transaction. So in the instance that we've got here, it's effectively a one-way channel. If we want to make it a two-way channel, you need to change this 0 to another number. So for example, 20,000 here. So now in escrow, we put the total amount, which is 40,000, and transactions can run via in both directions. Alternatively, the person that you're opening the channel to, they could open up a separate channel to you. So let's just go with the default one-way channel opening, and we're going to paste that into our terminal, and we press enter. So it should go fairly quickly. If it doesn't, you might get an error, and normally the errors are because you have an insufficient amount to connect to the other channel. You've got an insufficient wallet amount. They're the most common sort of reasons why it won't connect. Okay, so that seemed to got stuck, so I just Control-C to break out of it, and then just checking my wallet balance. So my wallet balance is quite low, so I think that's why the transaction did not go through. So I'm just going to wait for this to update, and then I will retry it. Okay, so I've had to come back to this. I've had some problems connecting to the node just the other day. So let's see if we can continue on today, and hopefully we'll have a little bit more luck. So just to go back kind of one step, I want to connect to the node. So we want to connect to this peer. So I'm going to just copy and paste it. Okay, that's a good start. So we've got this open bracket, a space, and then a close bracket there. So that's like a normal connection to a peer, so that's good. So the next part is opening our payment channel. Like I said, I've already mentioned, so we've got the command open a channel. This is the public address of where we're connecting to, and we'll open it in the channel with 20,000 satoshis, and it's just a one-way channel. So from us to them, we're not putting anything on their side. So let's paste that in there, and hopefully we'll get a good connection to this channel this time. Okay, so this time we did connect, but we got an error. So normally this indicates there's a problem where normally down to the balance. I'm just going to try again with a slightly higher amount. What this generally means is that there is kind of the transaction is going to cost as much as the money that you kind of put in escrow. So if we do a higher amount, so I'm going to change it to 50,000 satoshis, and hopefully it should go through this time. Okay, so just to demonstrate what a normal channel opening looks like, you can see on screen that I'm just going to use a different channel as an example, and what you should see is the funding transaction. So that a normal transaction looks like this. Okay, so we're having a real hard time connecting to that satoshis.place Lightning node. So I'm going to show you how to connect to a different node. So the one that we're going to connect to this time is from a site of this list of all these different Lightning node stores. So we're going to be connecting to the Lightning Casino. So if we visit that website, it looks like this, and it's just a simple slot machine type website. And then we're going to go to buy 50 spins. So now if we go to copy, you can see we've got this Bolt 11 invoice, and there's also this node info. So this node is for the BTC Pay node. It's not for the Lightning Casino. So basically they have a payment processor effectively. So we want to connect to the payment processor, and that will be good for us in the future. So if we use any other services that use the BTC Pay payment processor, we'll be able to connect to them easily, and it'll be much faster to send our funds. So I'm going to copy the node info, and I'm just going to paste that into our notepad. And I'm going to paste it into the channel as well, and then we just need to remove the IP address, so everything after the @ sign. So first we want to connect to the BTC Pay node. So copy that. I'm going to paste that. So we're actually already connected to it. Like I say, normally you would see the open brackets, align space and close bracket. And then I think I already got a payment channel open with them, but we'll see if we can create a, I'm not sure what happens if you have duplicate payment channels. You might get an error. Let's find out. So to open the payment channel with them, next command. Okay, so the next part is you should see a funding transaction ID. We're not seeing that. I think it's because I've already got a payment channel open with them. So I'm just going to escape out from there. And let's see if we can complete the payment. So when you do Lightning payments, what you should be issued with is like this invoice reference, and it starts LNBC. So just break it down. So the command is lncli space send payment space dash dash, then you want this payment request equals, and then you paste your payment request after that equal sign. And then we're going to copy the whole line, and we're going to paste it into the terminal. Enter. So it gives you a description of what you're paying for. Pay to Lightning slot machines for 50 spins, amount in satoshis, so 15,016, and then you've got a final kind of destination there. So you want to type yes to confirm the payment, or no obviously if you didn't want to confirm it, and press enter. And then after a few moments or minutes, what you should see is a payment confirmation, and it will give you like a routing information. It will show you how many nodes your payment went through. Okay, so that payment is not going through either for some reason. I think there's some kind of connection issue with the node that I'm working with, so I'm just going to escape that. But the commands, everything that I've showed you is your normal commands. They do work normally. I tested them previously, they was all working fine, and now, you know, because I want to make this video, it's not happening. So I'm going to leave it for there. Hopefully this information has been useful to you. I really wanted to kind of demonstrate exactly how it works, but you know, this Lightning network is a new thing, and it's still kind of in the early days of it. So yeah, I really would have liked to have shown you a good working demonstration, but unfortunately I can't do that at this time. Maybe I'll update this video in the future. So anyway, I'll leave it there. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.